So when it comes to choosing a university or course, you literally have to go with your gut. You could follow all the league tables in the world, but if you turn up and you don't feel at home when you arrive, then it's probably not for you. So the second I stepped out of the car in Southampton, I just immediately knew I was where I wanted to be. It just felt like home, actually.
I think when choosing a topic, you have to be passionate about it. Because I did different A-levels or equivalent to A-levels in different sciences like maths, chemistry, biology, physics, and also learned a little bit about history and culture. And I could have started a degree in any of those because I was really interested in everything like physics and maths and so on. But I also knew that biomedical sciences, for example, was quite a wide range of topics, so medicine, pharmacology, chemistry, biology, ecology. So I had lots of options in one degree, and that's why I chose it.
So when choosing an undergraduate degree, I think one of the things that you really need to consider is, do you fit in with the city or the area in which you're going to be doing your course? You're going to be there for 3, maybe 4 years, and certainly with Southampton it changed a lot as a city while I was here, but I really enjoyed my course because there was a very vibrant social life. There was lots of different activities, different clubs and societies I could join, and that actually made the difficulty of the course very much easier to deal with.
So for me, what I found really helped was not deciding necessarily what the places or the courses that you definitely want to do, but the things you definitely don't. So if you have a short list, taking off the things that you know. For example, for me at least, I wanted to be a certain distance from home where I could feel independent enough that I'm living my own life, but also close enough I could go home and visit friends and family if I wanted to.
So one thing that surprised me about Southampton actually studying here was how much of a city lifestyle you can get from a very small city. So a lot of my friends went to the bigger cities like London and then the cities up north, and I chose to come to Southampton because I thought it'd be much smaller and quieter. But it was actually really interesting how much of a diversity you have between the small areas and the bigger areas and the lifestyle you can live in such a small city.
One of the interesting things I would say in my degree, I got involved with research between second and third year of my undergrad, whereas I applied to a lab project with a scientist, Katrin Dainhardt, at the building, and I got involved with 2 PhD students at the time. Now they're both doctors working on postdocs. And I was helping them doing some experiments in neuroscience Alzheimer's lab, and now actually I'm doing my master's project on the same topic on my own, following up from the work from those 2 doctors that have graduated now. So I think it's fascinating to get involved with the first-class research that actually makes the impact in the world, and having to be part of it.
So throughout my undergraduate degree, I was always very interested in pharmacology and neuroscience. And as I got into my third year, most of the modules I took actually focused on neuropharmacology of CNS disorders. Now, one of the things I really enjoyed was how we can use drugs that are actually illicit at the moment to treat things such as anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. So we did a lot of work looking into how things such as ketamine and MDMA, which are very socially unacceptable drugs, and how we can use them in clinics to actually treat patients with uncurable mental illnesses.
So probably the most interesting thing I found from my time doing neuroscience as a course at Southampton has been actually learning about addiction, psychomimetic drugs, and alcohol and how that affects the brain, which sounds a bit strange, but I mean, firstly, it's interesting to hear about all these things considering how much you hear about it in the news and how much of an impact it has on the healthcare system. But also for neuroscience, from that aspect, it's such a strong demonstration of how changes in just 1 or 2 chemicals in very specific regions of the brain can have such a broad impact on gross behavior and how that might change just with very small changes, and how important brain function is to human behavior and how we interact with the world.
So I changed my mind when it came to choosing the course, choosing the university, choosing what to do on said course, what modules to do on that course, and I still don't know what I want to do further on in my future. The best thing you can do is come in with an open mind and just try everything that is offered your way. Any opportunity is a good opportunity. Even if it's a bad experience, you know not to go that way in the end.
Doing the course made me realise actually I'm a lot more interested in the theory behind medicine rather than its application. So before I came to university, I was sure I wanted to do something healthcare related and can improve the lives of others, at least from a health standpoint. Doing this course, I hope to maybe one day discover new things that can help doctors potentially cure patients in the future, find new drugs that doctors can use to help save the lives or change the lives of patients with really severe diseases.
Yeah, I've changed my mind a couple of times what I want to do. I've always been quite, in a way, business-minded, so I think I'm still struggling between choosing between PhD or going into industry, but I think I will go into industry and apply my scientific knowledge and try and make a difference that way instead of doing active research.
When I started my PhD, I very much did my PhD with the aim of wanting to pursue a long-term career in industry, pharmaceuticals, business, and didn't really want to pursue a career in academia. As I've gone on through my PhD, I've found such a love for different parts of molecular neuroscience that I really want to pursue a postdoctoral position within looking at ALS and frontotemporal dementia. Another thing that I've really wanted to pursue as I've gone on through my PhD is to work abroad. So I've actually been looking at different postdoctoral positions in America at the moment and wanted to go and branch out and spend a few years getting the feel of a different culture and society whilst really boosting my research career.